Jordan. So, okay. Um, this next one. When I first watched this, I'm never really much cared for this. This next movie, Jordan. This is Brave, the Disney Pixar movie Brave.
I saw something that day, something I'll not forget. It stands 12 feet tall, with razor-sharp claws. His hide littered with the weapons of fallen warriors. His face scarred with one dead eye. I drew my sword and...
Chomp! Dad's leg was clean off!
Oh, that's my favourite part.
In accordance with our laws, the firstborn of each of the great leaders must prove their worth. Merida, stop! A lady enjoys elegant pursuits.
I present my only son. He took out a whole armada single-handedly. He was... With one arm, he was steering the ship.
I've never much cared for this movie, but the first time I watched it, I just was kind of like, it's disposable. It's innocuous.
It's serviceable.
It's serviceable. I don't remember it all that well, but I remember not really liking it all that much.
I know the broad strokes.
I remember thinking, but like, Jordan, I don't know. You have this experience as well, but like this has become a gift and a curse because like I can't watch a movie now without pulling it apart, taking it apart, looking under the hood, and re-examining a thing that I already didn't like and being like, this is much worse than I remember it. Like I was taken aback by how not very good this is. Like I was.
Yeah, but I also feel like that's a double-edged sword sometimes now, where it's like, yeah, but now you're looking for things to make it bad.
Well, I mean, no, I'm looking to find things.
You already didn't. You just said you already didn't like it, and now you're looking at it with an even more critical eye, which would imply
I didn't like
which
it.
Which would imply
No,
that you're
that's
looking
not
for
what I
things
said.
to make it worse.
That's not what I said. That's what you're inferring that evidently, but that's not what I said. What I said was my eye is more critical. I'm not looking for things to. I'm looking for.
Well, that's the definition of having a critical eye.
I'm looking for words to articulate what about it I didn't like. And just it's not a good movie.
That's not what you said, but okay.
Not a good movie. Like it's just not a good movie. Like number one, the fact that it takes place in Scotland is completely incidental. It has nothing to do with anything. That movie could take place literally. That movie could take place in medieval England, and it would be the same movie. It has nothing like unlike.
We're gonna get people yelling at us about this.
But you did say this in that and you're right. A lot of the Disney princess movies are kind of like that, where it take place anywhere. But this particularly is in an era where Disney is trying to attach movies like Mulan. Mulan is intrinsically tied to China in every single way. That movie couldn't take place in any other country other than China. This isn't like that. And to be fair, Merida is an alright character. I have no issues with Merida. I've never had an issue with Merida. Like a sexist, awful person would be like, the fact that she's obstinate is fucking awful. But like, I think her character arc is good in this, and I have no issue with her.
I think her character also is a reflection. That is a reflection of her, where she is, her Scottishness, her.
But no, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
One of my issues with this is she.
I think this is an example where you and I don't really know enough about the Scottish culture to really be able to speak on it from that angle.
I know enough about Scottish medieval. I know enough about medieval culture. And to be fair, it's not the movie's fault. This is not me holding. It's just a comment and an observation of she acts too much like a modern teen. Like I saw a lot of commentary on this on the internet about being like, well, you know, she's a as a defense of, well, she's a medieval princess from a medieval Scottish kingdom, and I'm like, yeah, but she acts too much like a modern teenager for that to be a viable excuse for behavior in a movie. Like she's a modern teenager in ancient Scottish princess clothes. But my issue is not with her. My issue is with everyone else in this movie. The worst character in this movie is the mom. The mom is awful. The mom has no character. She is not a character. She has no personality. She has no character arc. Her character arc at one point is to learn how to be a bear randomly. Like there's no setup at the beginning of the movie of it being like, oh, I guess the idea is supposed to be Merida as like a wild child, but it's not represented in like she enjoys doing outdoorsy things or like being an outdoorsy person, or she's like one with nature or anything like that. It's just kind of vaguely represented as she likes shooting bows and arrows, and that is an inherently masculine thing. So
it's supposed to.
Let me finish. I'll just read just real quick. I'll let you respond. But so there's a scene later on where she's a bear now, and they're doing bear things. But there's nothing earlier in the movie to facilitate this being anything. It's nothing. It's nothing. Sorry, you say your thought.
To be fair, I'm going off of memory, and it's been a long while since I watched Brave. So to take everything I say with an asterisk.
Fair enough. I would have. To be fair to you, I remembered none of this. I'm gonna be fair to you. Like this criticism is like not. It's objective.
Some of what I'm going off of is from my memory of a book, which is also Brave. So like it's parallel, but like there might be differences. But what I remember of it, basically, of what the characterization is supposed to be in the movie, is Merida is supposed to essentially be like who her mother was before her mother got married and had to be a parent and had to be a whatever.
That at all.
And subtext, I guess, is what it's supposed to be. I don't know, but and so like that's why like she doesn't want to get married, she doesn't want to get tied down, she doesn't want to get trapped in the life of like what her mother is. That's why Merida is the obstinate child that she is in the movie. And so I think what the intent is supposed to be when she's a bear is like her mother remembering what it was like to be who she was before she was trapped in the body of a human or whatever.
I think you're conflating. I think you're conflating the book with the movie, because the movie does not do that. In the movie is she just is a bear. Like, and that's
I mean in the book she doesn't turn into a bear. So
okay, fair enough. No, but I mean your characterization of she trying not to be whatever. I think you're getting that because that's certainly not the movie. Like, at least if the subtext is there. You know, I'm the guy who reads the subtext and you're not. So if I'm not,
I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. It's been too long since I've seen the original movie.
So much of the movie is held back from the fact that, and it's a simple fix. So much of this movie could be fixed if the bear talked. Like if the spell, because the spell is that she's slowly turning into a bear. That's the spell. That's
I mean, I don't even think that necessarily you need to have it be where like the bear spoke and Merida can understand her. But like I think what they could have done, or which I do agree, would have helped it and would have enhanced it, is if they had like a brother bear situation where like the mom talks and we can understand her, but Merida doesn't, and they have to still learn how to communicate.
The bear needs to talk. Is the point? The bear needs to talk. The fact that the bear doesn't talk, she stops being a character and she just becomes a bear. And that's all she is. She grunts, groans, and moans like a bear. She has no character arc. And then
she like mimes and stuff.
It doesn't work because she's a bear. It
doesn't work for you.
No, but it doesn't work generally. It doesn't work.
Well, clearly it works for someone.
No, because nobody remembers this movie. Nobody remembers Brave. But that's my point, though, is all of the narrative problems in this movie would be solved, and there's a ton of them, would be solved if the bear talked. All of them would be.
Right, but the reason why they can't have the bear talk is because then the bad bear that's been like the dad is against or whatever.
Hold on.
They can't have the bears talk because then the bad bear that the dad wants to kill would have talked.
No, but that's what I'm saying is the part of the plot of this is, so you're really eager to defend this for some reason and you're not listening to legitimate criticism. Part of the plot of this is she starts off as she's acting like a bear and she's slowly turning into a bear. And so the idea of the spell is that the evil bear is full bear. The spell is completely taken over him and he's turned into a bear. So what you do, and it makes the points where she's turning into a bear stronger. There's a point where she's like, there's this scene where there's a big musical number scene where she's like hunting as a bear and she's acting like a bear, which is not, again, there's nothing in her character arc that says that her acting like a bear is anything. And then she goes, yeah, Mom, we've done this thing. She pats her on the back and she turns around and she's an actual bear. So if you had her talk where Merida could understand her, and then the idea was, yeah, you're right, she's slowly learning to relate to Merida as the movie goes on. Then when she becomes full bear at the end and the dad goes to chase after her, there's an actual transformation so that when she turns back into human, it completes a character arc. And like, to be fair, not just the mom. Every character in this movie is terrible. Like, they're all terrible. The dad's terrible. He has no character arc. All of the suitors and their dads all exist purely to be props for her. Like, they're just props. They're not characters. There's no characters in this movie except for Merida. The rest of and the movie is supposed to be about this relationship between the mom and the daughter. And again, all this could be solved. Like, they do this bit where she takes off the crown and she puts it down. It could be solved so the bear could talk. And there's so many scenes where you could tell that the bear was going to talk. Like, you could tell in the writing, the way that she interacts with the bear, that the bear was going to talk. And there was going to be dialogue between them. And that would have made this a better movie. It would have made this a serviceable movie. It would have made it good. Not good, but at least better. Like that's the number one thing.
I think it's currently a serviceable film. It would have made it a good movie.
Okay, that's fair. It's not a bad movie. Like, I know I'm making it out. Okay, I did say it was a bad movie. It's not a bad movie.
It's serviceable.
Here's how I would put it. It's not a bad movie. It's a bad Pixar movie because it's maybe a good. It's maybe a better Illumination movie or like a pretty good Blue Sky movie, but it's not a good Pixar movie. The bar is too high.
Yeah, well, especially because wait, when did that come out versus when did Princess and the Frog come out?
This came out after Princess and the Frog.
Okay, well then there's no excuse because Princess and the Frog had a movie where a bunch of people turned into animals and they could talk and humans couldn't understand them.
Right, exactly. I'm not. I think that she should. I think what it should be is if I were to make the change, I would make it so only Merida can understand her, and that's part of the theme of the movie of the mother and the daughter not being able to understand each other. That the irony of the spell is that this is the only time where they understand each other, and the driving central conflict can be that the spell is getting fucked up and she's turning into a bear and they're losing that connection, and now Merida is eager to regain this newfound connection. Boom, there, I solved it. I made the movie good.
I would make it where in terms of them being able to talk to each other, I would make it where in the beginning Merida and her can't understand each other, and it's only once they become in sync.
I love that. That's even better. I like you punched this up. I like that. That's a better idea. But like, look, I'm willing to concede there's a floor, and this is on it for Pixar.
Yeah,
like, this is on
it's certainly down. It's certainly, if it's not on the floor, for me, it's hovering near the floor.
It's the bottom of the barrel.
It's like ankle height.
Yeah,
for me.
See, this is, again, I think that's fair. For me, it's bottom of the barrel. Like, it's bad. It's like it's bad. I think the thing that I wanted to go into this. The thing is, this is one of those experiences where I wanted to go into this being like, I'm wrong. I wanted to like this more, and like. I fully expect you to be like, I don't like Merida, and it's just not. I don't relate to her, but I like her and I relate to her. I have a complex relationship with my mother, so I relate to her problems, and I relate to her problems as a teenager. That was my teenage life. So she's not the character I have an issue with. It's the mother. It's the fact that it did not like. I would say 99% of this movie's problems would be solved if the bear talked. It's really that simple of a fix. Like, if you had the bear talk. If she talked, even if she didn't like talk, but like you could hear her thoughts, and like she was then the ending of this would be a complete character arc. But she has no character arc.
Yeah, like even if there was a scene where like they were like, and I could see the writing for it, but like if there's a scene shortly after she transformed, where they're both in the castle and Merida goes to do something, and then the mom's head we hear her go like, "Oh my God, she always does this wrong," or like, "Oh my God, she always does this," and like Merida doesn't necessarily hear it, but we the audience hear it. I think that would add a
That
lot.
would be the bare minimum. My thing is, I want the bear, I want the bear to
see what you did
talk.
there.
That would be the. Now, to wrap this up, to be fair, you always make such salient points about the Pixar movies, but then you went. I said this is probably the worst one, and then you went, yeah, but Justin, yeah, but Luca, and I went, oh yeah. No.
I also still maintain my opinion. I still think Cars 2 is worse.
The thing is though, just there's a difference. Like it's
It's bad in a different way, but I just the
equally-
badness is, to me is
it's an
it gets
equally
worse.
bad Pixar movie, but I just think as a movie because Lightning McQueen has an actual as a secondary character and not the main character actually has a fulfilling character arc that leads somewhere and goes somewhere. I just think it's a look. It's not much. I'm not saying it's much. I'm not saying it's a much.
Yeah,
better movie.
for me, it's all gonna be it's a gradient scale.
It's a gradient scale. Exactly.
And so for me,
50 Shades of Grey were.
for me, the reason why Cars 2 will always be worse, I hate Mater.
You can't. The thing is, you can't convince me
There's
that-
no version of a movie with him that is better because I hate Mater.
maybe you need to
So
rewatch
like
Cars 2.
while the mom no, I hate Mater. He's the worst part of the car franchise.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
So
Cars is aware
I'm
of
saying
that. There's a reason why he's not
I'm
in the
saying
second.
Cars 2 it will always be worse for me because I hate Mater and he's the main character.
Yeah, clearly the Cars franchise felt that because he becomes a secondary character in the third movie. So
He
like,
becomes less than a secondary.
Yeah,
he becomes
so-
like a tertiary character.
So like clearly the but like the thing is, you could convince me that the Good Dinosaur is worse than this because it has the
there's
exact
just there's a few
like
that,
it has
that are,
the Good
are
Dinosaur
worse.
has kind of a similar problem where that movie is slow and dry and the little the human kid character has no character arc. He's not a character. He's just a prop. Like it has all the same, all the parents and they all exist to get fridged for the day. Like it's ironically similar to this and it's bottom of the barrelness. So like that I could be like, yeah, you're right, but yeah, I don't know. Somebody in the comments tell me. Okay, but Cars 2 aside. If you think it's Cars 2, say Cars 2. But what is the worst Pixar movie? This is it. This is it for me. What's the worst non-Cars 2?
If I'm going classic Pixar, it's Cars 2. If I'm going modern Pixar, it's probably The Good Dinosaur.
God, The Good Dinosaur is pretty bad. There's a reason it's not called
The Great Dinosaur.
Like, I saw Brent Floss say that on Twitter once, and it was just so accurate. There's a reason it's not called The Great Dinosaur. That's it. No, sorry. One final thing. The only truly good thing from this movie is the song "Touch the Sky."
Yep.
That's like legit. No, that song is good. It's an absolute knee slapper. It's the only good song in this movie. The rest of the songs are serviceable. They're not very good. That song is a legit good song.
Now that being said, if you want a good version, like an infinitely better version of Brave, yeah, that Twisted Tales version is way better. It goes back in time. Spoiler alert: goes back in time, meets her past, like her parents as they were younger. The parents actually talk. It's not just a silent bear. It's a way more interesting version of the story.
I didn't even get into the witch and how I didn't care for her either. Anyway, it's too long. This has gone on too long as it is. That's Brave.
Hey there, everybody. It's NCard Justin here. Let me know down in the comments. You're probably yelling at me. Brave's not the worst Pixar movie. It's definitely Cars 2. I know, you're yelling at me. But in the meantime, if you would like to see the full podcast that this is from our Magic special, the Magic episode, you can click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Please leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We'll see you all in the next video, everybody. Have a good day.